For the first time in theaters in
Hello.
all the wonder,
Hi, Elmo!
Nemo.
Nemo!
all the heart,
Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
The journey of Finding Nemo in this imagined 2012 version begins with the calm, shimmering beauty of the ocean, a world filled with endless colors, gentle waves, and tiny details that make the underwater environment feel alive. The story opens with Marlin still trying to balance fatherhood with fear, doing everything in his power to protect Nemo from even the smallest danger. Time has passed since the accident that changed Marlin forever, yet the memory remains close to his heart, shaping the way he thinks, behaves, and reacts to the world around him. Nemo, now a little older and much more curious, continues to challenge Marlin's fears with his bold questions, adventurous spirit, and growing desire to explore beyond the reef. Their relationship is warm and loving, but beneath that warmth lies a tension. Both of them feel Marlin's inability to let go and Nemo's hunger for independence. This emotional foundation sets the stage for another unforgettable journey, where the ocean once again becomes both a place of wonder and unpredictable danger. The story takes an unexpected turn when Nemo begins noticing strange disturbances near the reef. Schools of fish acting strangely, shadows drifting in the deep, and whisperings among marine creatures that something unfamiliar has entered their waters. Nemo tries to tell Marlin about these unusual sightings, but, as always, Marlin dismisses them as exaggerations or misunderstandings. The fear inside him refuses to let him imagine even the slightest possibility of new danger. But Nemo, unable to ignore his instincts, becomes increasingly curious and begins sneaking out to gather more clues. His curiosity eventually puts him in the path of a group of migrating turtles who mention strange human activity far from the reef. This exchange becomes the spark that ignites Nemo's desire for adventure once again. Believing there is something important happening beyond his world, something he must understand. Meanwhile, Marlin reconnects with Dory, who comes to visit frequently and brings her unmistakable energy, humor, and forgetfulness with her. Dory senses Nemo's growing independence and tries to encourage Marlin to give him more space. But Marlin refuses, insisting that the ocean is far too dangerous. Their conversations mix comedy and heartfelt honesty, revealing how much both characters have grown yet still cling to old habits. But everything changes when a sudden underwater disturbance shakes their home. An explosion of noise, bubbles, and drifting debris. The reef panics and chaos spreads as creatures scramble for safety. In the confusion, Nemo gets swept into a current that pulls him away from the reef, leaving Marlin shocked and terrified. The emotional weight of losing Nemo a second time becomes overwhelming, but it also forces Marlin to confront his deepest fear once again. Marlin and Dory immediately set out to find Nemo, beginning a journey that mirrors their earlier adventure yet feels completely different. The ocean has changed, filled with new landscapes, darker trenches, and unfamiliar creatures shaped by shifting tides and human interference. The script follows their path through fields of glowing jellyfish, abandoned shipwrecks, and a swirling tunnel of currents that challenge Marlin's courage. Despite his fear, Marlin pushes forward with everything he has, while Dory, forgetful but fearless, supports him with pure optimism. Their dynamic once again showcases the emotional balance between anxiety and hope, showing how both are necessary for survival. As they travel deeper into the ocean, their bond grows stronger, giving viewers a perfect blend of comedy, tension, and heartfelt discovery. Meanwhile, Nemo finds himself drifting into new territory, meeting creatures he has never seen before. A shy octopus with a fear of ink, a pair of quirky seahorses who love exploring tunnels, and a wise old dolphin who senses danger long before anyone else. Through these new friendships, Nemo learns that the disturbance near the reef was caused by human machinery exploring the ocean floor. These machines, designed to study marine life, are unintentionally destroying habitats and scaring away entire populations of fish. Nemo realizes that his home and countless others are at risk. His mission shifts from exploring out of curiosity to finding a way to warn the reef and stop the damage before it's too late. This arc deepens Nemo's character, turning him From a curious child into a courageous young leader capable of making difficult decisions. As Marlin and Dory continue their search, they run into several challenges that push them to their limits. A massive underwater storm forces them into a dark canyon filled with collapsing rocks and swirling currents. A group of territorial fish nearly traps them, mistaking them for intruders. And at one point, Dory becomes separated, leaving Marlin in a panic as he searches through the murky water, calling her name. Each moment tests Marlin's ability to stay calm and trust that he can overcome the ocean's obstacles. Along the way, they meet friendly turtles, energetic dolphins, and even a misunderstood shark who tries to convince them he's reformed. Each encounter introduces humor, tension, and depth, building a layered journey that mirrors the emotional challenge Marlin must overcome, learning to trust, let go of fear, and believe in Nemo's strength. Eventually, Marlin and Dory stumble upon a large research vessel anchored in the middle of the ocean. Beneath the ship, robotic underwater machines roam the seafloor, scanning coral, sucking debris, and capturing samples. Marlin's heart races as he realizes the truth. This technology is what pulled Nemo away from the reef. Panic turns into determination, and he rushes through metallic structures and swirling machinery in search of clues. Inside one of the underwater cages, he finds markings and drift patterns that indicate Nemo passed through earlier. Marlin's emotions overflow as he realizes that Nemo is not only alive, but trying to solve the very mystery that threatens them all. The revelation pushes Marlin forward with newfound courage, and Dory supports him as they navigate through the mechanical maze. The climax approaches when Nemo and his new friends attempt to sabotage the machines by blocking their sensors with underwater debris. Their plan is brave but risky, and it quickly spirals out of control when one of the machines malfunctions and begins spinning wildly, trapping Nemo inside a storm of metal and wires. Just when hope seems lost, Marlin and Dory arrive, diving into the chaos despite overwhelming danger. The reunion is emotional and powerful, filled with tears, panic, and relief, as Marlin embraces Nemo and apologizes for not trusting his strength. Nemo, in turn, admits his fears, acknowledging that even though he wants independence, he still needs his father's guidance. The raw honesty between them becomes the heart of the film, capturing the essence of growth, forgiveness, and the powerful bond between parent and child. Together, the group devises a final plan to shut down the machinery by redirecting the current and disabling the power cables connecting the machines to the research vessel. The minuscule fish, the octopus, the dolphins, and the turtles all join forces, creating a chain reaction of movement and teamwork that overwhelms the machines. The ocean swirls with energy and urgency, creating a visually stunning sequence filled with glowing coral, churning water, and frantic escape. At the very last moment, Marlin and Nemo work together to push the final cable loose, causing the machines to shut down and drift harmlessly into the deep. The danger passes, and a calm silence spreads across the ocean, signaling victory and relief. The ending brings the story back to the reef, where Marlin has finally learned to trust Nemo's courage. And Nemo has learned that independence doesn't mean leaving family behind. The reef celebrates their return, with Dory becoming an honorary member of the family, cheering louder than anyone else. The final moments show the ocean restored to peace, glowing with light as the camera drifts into the horizon. The emotional conclusion leaves viewers with a warm reminder that love, trust, and bravery can carry anyone through even the wildest currents in life.